Hello, I figured I would do an update on my hydroponic setup. Seems to be a popular thing to do. Since my last video, I've learned quite a bit and I've changed a few things. The first thing I've learned is all my stuff is way too close to each other. It's all crowding everything. On the top, everything is spaced 6 inches, which is too close, even for the plants I've got up there. On the bottom, I wanted to space everything out further. It was already spaced at 1 foot, but that was too close. And my hydroponic system was far more successful than even I thought. So I had, it looked like a garden that had grown for a year and not been weeded because it was so thick. So I tore out most of the tomato plants. They were producing a lot of tomatoes, but it was all like cherry tomatoes, real small stuff. And I replaced them with plants that grow bigger tomatoes. And they did really good at first until I ran across another problem that I think I've got fixed, but I didn't even realize what the problem was until today. Basically, my reservoir ran low on water. So I think the only thing that saved my plants was the fact that I put it all on an overflow setup. So as I explained in my last video, the water gets pumped in up there and it goes through the tubes, fills up the tube. I'll show you on this one. Fills up the tube until it gets to this point and then overflows into the next tube. So even if my pump quits, there's still water in the tubes. However, I don't know how long my pump was running low on water. Nothing's dead, but there's definitely some problems. I think I've obviously solved them just by adding water. Also, I didn't even know this was popular, but the more research I did on YouTube, the more I realized that people were using this exact tub. And it's a great choice. This thing I was pulling around on cement for weeks and never wore through the bottom. Wonderful. I wouldn't recommend trying it, but great in that aspect. Right away, I started looking for alternatives to fix it. And the best thing I came across is that cart on the bottom there. I think it was at Lowe's for like 12 bucks ish. And then I just took it home, and the slots in the middle there, the wood slots, those are just 1-bys that I cut, spaced, and then screwed in. Those didn't come on there, but it just works perfectly with the system. Something else I didn't mention in my last video, I don't think. This piece here that goes down into here, that comes off. It's not glued on. As though the water comes out that pipe in the back corner, goes down to that pipe you can see under there, and then ends up right there. I did use some strapping to strap that up just for security, but I figured that length of pipe wouldn't want to stay there even with just a little bit of water, just the weight of the pipe. So I strapped it up. But anyway, but yeah, this piece here comes off. Anytime I want it to come off, just pull that off, and then I can get into my reservoir very easily. Let's see here. Good example of over spacing things too closely. That's just some lettuce. And it has been trimmed down several times. Most of people who harvest lettuce just cut it off, take the bulb. What I have been doing is taking a leaf here, a leaf there, just enough to make a small salad or something. And that way it kind of keeps it trimmed back a little bit, and it just continues to grow, to produce. It's been great. Actually, my herbs, my lettuce, what else I got there? That's pretty much the main things, are growing like weeds. It's crazy how fast they're growing. The tomatoes were growing really, really good until like the drought issue happened. But they clearly were affected by that. The herbs, however, were not affected. Didn't seem to bother them at all. And I've got a wide variety up there. Um, well, hope it helps anybody out there who's getting started. I recommend making sure you're spaced more than the recommended amount, and don't be crazy like I was and put them too close. Even trim back is just too close. So, well, have a good one. Good luck.